Cole stood silently in the thick forest of the alien planet. The air was heavy and strange. Tall trees with blue leaves surrounded him. The light was dim because the planet's sun was smaller and farther away than Earth's. Still, Cole had to stay alert. He was a human soldier far from home on a mission he could not fail. For weeks, Cole had been tracking a mysterious enemy. His commanders called her the Shadow, a scout who was smart, fast, and deadly. She had caused many losses for the human forces. Cole's squad had lost friends to her traps and attacks. That was why Cole had planned something new. A trap, to catch her once and for all. The trap was clever. It was a mix of old Earth hunting skills and new technology from human research. Around a clearing in the forest, Cole had hidden nets made from strong fibers that could hold even the toughest alien. He had placed sensors that would alert him if anyone moved inside the trap zone. He had also rigged a small energy net that could activate to hold a target without hurting them. Cole checked his equipment one last time. His rifle was ready. The net launcher was strapped to his side. His heart beat steady, but inside he felt nervous. This mission was important. The Shadow was more than an enemy. She was a symbol of the alien war machine. As night fell, the forest grew quiet. Cole sat in a small hidden bunker he had built near the trap. He watched the sensors on his screen. Hours passed without any movement. The night air was cold and smelled of wet earth. Suddenly, the sensor beeped loudly. Cole jumped to his feet. His eyes focused on the screen. Something was inside the trap. He grabbed his rifle and moved carefully toward the clearing. The tall grass brushed against his legs. Every sound seemed louder in the silence of the night. In the middle of the clearing, the energy net suddenly activated. A figure fell inside. Cole raised his rifle, ready to fire. But when he stepped closer, he froze. The figure was not what he expected. It was a young alien girl. She was small and thin. Her skin was pale green with soft, smooth scales. She had large, curious eyes that looked at Cole with fear. She was tangled in the net, trying to free herself. Her breathing was fast and shallow. She looked more scared than dangerous. Cole lowered his rifle slowly. He did not want to hurt her. Instead, he said quietly, "Don't move. I won't hurt you." The girl's eyes widened. She stopped struggling and looked at him carefully. "Who are you?" Cole asked. The girl swallowed and answered in broken English, "Tali. I am Tali." Cole was surprised. The girl spoke some English. It was not perfect, but enough to understand. "Why are you here?" he asked, still watching her closely. Tali's eyes looked down. "I run away. I don't want to fight. My people, they want war." Cole frowned. This was not the enemy he had been hunting. He felt confused. He moved carefully and cut the nets, fibers with a small knife. Tali stood up, still shaky. "Why should I trust you?" Cole said. "You could be lying." Tali shook her head. "I want peace. I want to stop the fighting." Cole looked at her face. He saw no anger or hate, only fear and sadness. He thought about his lost friends, about the long war that seemed to never end. Maybe this girl was different. He made a quick decision. "You can stay here for now, but if you try anything, I will stop you." Tali nodded. "Thank you." Cole helped her find water and a small place to rest. She was weak and tired. He noticed she had small cuts and bruises on her arms and legs. "Who are your people?" Cole asked as they sat by a small fire. "The Darnak," Tali said. "They want to take control. They want war." Cole sighed. He knew the Darnak were a powerful alien race, feared across the galaxy. But war was bad for everyone. Tali looked up at him. "Why do humans fight?" Cole looked at the fire. "Because they want to protect their homes. Because sometimes people do not understand each other." Tali was silent. After a moment, she said, "Maybe you and I can help." Cole smiled faintly. It was a hard thought to accept. But maybe this strange meeting was a chance for something new. Suddenly, the forest around them stirred. The sound of footsteps and voices came closer. Cole stood up quickly. "We are not safe here." Tali's eyes filled with fear. "They will come for me." Cole grabbed his rifle. "Then we fight. Together." The night grew darker. The trap was only the beginning. Cole and Tali prepared for what was coming next. Neither knew what the future held. But for the first time, a human soldier did not expect the alien girl to fall into the trap he had set, and that was the start of something neither could forget. The voices in the dark forest grew louder. Cole tightened his grip on his rifle and scanned the shadows between the trees. Tali crouched behind a fallen log, trembling but trying to stay quiet. Her large green eyes darted nervously, watching every movement. Cole's mind raced. The search party was coming fast. They must be soldiers from Tali's own people, the Darnak. They would not hesitate to capture or kill her for running away. Cole knew he had to act quickly. He whispered, "Stay close, follow me." Without waiting for an answer, Cole slipped through the trees, moving toward a narrow ravine he had noticed earlier. It was a dangerous path, but perfect for hiding. Tali followed, her footsteps soft on the damp ground. As they reached the edge, Cole dropped down and pulled her down with him. The ravine was a deep crack in the earth surrounded by thick roots and moss. It was dark and hard to see. They crouched low, listening to the searchers pass above. The voices faded, but Cole could hear footsteps circling nearby. He knew this was only a matter of time. Tali looked up at him with worried eyes. "Why do you help me?" "I am enemy." Cole shook his head. "I don't see you as enemy. Not now." She studied his face. "You are human soldier. You trap me. Why keep me alive?" Cole smiled a little, because sometimes people are more than just enemies. "You may have a story. I want to hear it." Tali's lips moved slowly, as if deciding whether to trust him. Finally, she said, "I run from my people. They want war. I want peace." Cole raised an eyebrow. "Why run? You said your people fight humans." "Yes," she said, "but many do not want fight. Leaders want power. They send soldiers to destroy. I am not soldier. I want to stop war." Cole nodded, understanding a little more. "It's not so different on Earth. Sometimes leaders want war, but many people want peace." They stayed hidden until the search party left the area. Cole checked his radio, but the signal was weak. They were deep inside enemy territory. "We need to move," Cole said. "I will help you, but we must be careful." Tali looked around, breathing quietly. "Thank you, human soldier." The next day, Cole and Tali traveled through the forest carefully. Tali showed him small paths only her people knew. They avoided patrols and strange machines hidden in the trees. As they walked, Cole learned more about Tali's life. She was from a small village far from the capital. Her family had been caught in the fighting. When soldiers came to take her, she ran away. "I never wanted to hurt humans," she said softly. "I only want to live in peace." Cole looked at her closely. She was young, but brave. The war had made her grow up fast. They reached a small cave where Cole had hidden supplies from his earlier missions. Inside there were food packs, water, and medical kits. Tali drank water eagerly and ate slowly. Cole cleaned some cuts on her arms and legs. "You are hurt," he said kindly. "You should rest." Tali nodded but looked worried. "They will find me. I am hunted." Cole sat beside her. "I will protect you. For now." For the first time since the war began, Cole felt something new, a bond with someone from the other side. That night, as they sat by a small fire, Tali told him about the secret base her people had hidden deep in the mountains. "It is where leaders plan the war," she said quietly. "If humans find it, they could stop fighting." Cole listened carefully. This was the information his commanders wanted for months. But Tali warned, "It is also a trap. They want humans to come and fall into it." Cole frowned. "A trap? For humans?" Tali nodded. Yes, many soldiers die there. It is very dangerous, Cole thought hard. This could change everything. If the base was real, it was important to know, but walking into a trap was deadly. He looked at Tali's face, lit by the fire. Why tell me this? Because I want peace, Tali said firmly. Because I trust you. Cole smiled faintly. I want peace too. Suddenly the forest echoed with a strange noise, a distant hum, like the sound of a ship's engine. Cole stood up quickly. That's not normal. Tali's eyes widened. They come again. Cole grabbed his rifle and motioned for her to follow. We have to move. Now. They ran through the trees, following a narrow path Cole had marked on his map. The humming grew louder, and soon a sleek alien ship appeared above the trees. It hovered, scanning the forest. Cole hid behind a tree and whispered, It's a patrol ship. They are looking for us. Tali looked scared but held his hand tightly. We must hide. They ducked into a small cave. Inside, the air was cool and dark. The ship hovered above for several minutes, searching below. Then it moved on. Cole sighed with relief. That was close. Tali looked at him gratefully. You saved me again. Cole smiled. We save each other. Outside, the war raged on. But for now, two strangers from opposite worlds found hope in each other. Cole did not know what the future held. But one thing was clear. The alien girl caught in his trap was no enemy. She was a chance for something better, and together they would face whatever came next. The days passed slowly, but danger never left Cole and Tali's side. The forest was alive with sounds, distant roars, the hum of machines, and the rustling of unseen creatures. Both of them knew that at any moment, enemy patrols could find them again. Cole watched Tali carefully. She was learning fast how to move quietly, how to read the land. Her fear was still there, but it was mixed now with courage. For Cole, every day was a lesson in trust and patience. One morning, as the sun filtered through blue leaves, Tali spoke softly. Cole, I want to tell you more about my people. Not all Darnak want war. Cole nodded. I want to know. Tali looked down. There are those who live in the cities who follow orders without question, but many, like me, believe the fighting is wrong. Our leaders use the war to keep power. Cole frowned. That is what happens in wars. Leaders use soldiers as tools. Tali's eyes shone with hope. If we can stop the leaders, maybe the war will end. Cole thought about this. The human commanders were just as harsh. Maybe, he realized, the enemy was not always the enemy. Their quiet moment was broken by a sudden noise, the crack of a branch snapping. Both froze. From behind the trees, a group of alien soldiers appeared, wearing dark armor with glowing blue symbols. They looked fierce and ready to fight. Tali gasped. They found me. Cole raised his rifle slowly. Stay behind me. The soldiers moved carefully but stopped when they saw Cole. Their leader, a tall figure with a scar across his face, stepped forward. You have something that belongs to us, he said in a harsh voice. Cole stared at him. She is not your property. She is a person. The leader laughed coldly. She is a traitor. You humans will regret helping her. Cole's mind raced. They were outnumbered and surrounded. But he was not ready to give up. Why are you chasing her? Cole demanded. The leader's eyes flicked to Tali. She knows secrets. Secrets that could end our plans. Tali swallowed hard, but looked at Cole with steady eyes. They want to keep the war going. Cole made a quick decision. Then, we will stop them. He fired a warning shot into the air. The soldiers scattered, but the leader shouted orders to pursue. Cole grabbed Tali's hand. Run! They sprinted through the trees, branches whipping their faces. Cole's heart pounded. He had never run so fast in his life. They reached a rocky ridge where Cole had hidden a small supply cache. He pulled out a compact energy weapon and handed it to Tali. Use this only if you have to, he said. Can you handle it? Tali nodded, gripping the weapon tightly. I will try. They hid behind large boulders as the alien soldiers came close. Cole checked his rifle and whispered, "We need a plan." Tally pointed to a narrow path leading down the ridge. "There is a cave system there. We can hide." Cole nodded. "Good idea." They moved carefully down the path, slipping into the cool darkness of the caves. The air smelled damp and earthy. Inside, they found narrow tunnels twisting deep underground. It was hard to see, but Cole used a small flashlight to guide them. As they moved deeper, Tally shared more stories about her people. "The war is not simple. Some want peace but are too afraid to speak. Some want to fight but don't understand why." Cole listened. "It sounds like both our worlds are broken." Tally smiled faintly. "Maybe together we can fix it." Suddenly, they heard a noise behind them, a faint sound of footsteps. They stopped and held their breath. From the shadows, a human voice called softly, "Cole?"
"Is that you?" Cole's eyes widened. "It's one of my team." A man stepped forward wearing worn military gear and carrying a rifle. "We thought you were lost. What's going on?" Cole explained quickly. "This is Tali. She is running from her people."
"We need help." The man looked suspicious but nodded. "Let's get you both out of here." Together they planned a route back to the human base, but Tali looked worried. "If I go back, I will be taken." Cole put a hand on her shoulder. "Then you don't have to go back." His team agreed to help protect her. They set up a small camp inside the cave system, safe for now. That night, Cole and Tali sat by a small fire. The stars shone faintly through cracks in the rocks above. "I never thought I would trust an alien," Cole said quietly. Tali smiled softly. "And I never thought I would trust a human." They shared stories of their homes, their hopes, and fears. For a moment, the war felt far away. But deep in the forest, danger was still waiting. Cole knew that soon, they would have to face the enemies on both sides. But he also knew one thing. With Tali by his side, he was not alone. Together, they were stronger than any trap or attack. Cole's mind raced as he listened to the quiet forest night around their camp. The cave was dark but safe for now. Outside, enemy patrols searched, but they had not found them yet. Cole knew it was only a matter of time before danger came again. Tali sat beside him, her eyes thoughtful. "What will happen if they catch me?" she asked softly. Cole shook his head. "I won't let that happen." He looked at the small device in his hand, the trap he had set weeks ago. It was a mix of technology and careful planning, designed to catch the alien scouts and soldiers that haunted the forest. But now, with Tali's help, it could do more. "We can use the trap to catch them," Cole said. "The ones hunting you." Tali looked surprised. "You mean, trap the enemy?" "Yes," Cole said firmly. "If we catch them, we can learn where their secret base is." Tali nodded slowly. "That base is dangerous. Many have died trying to find it." Cole stood up. "Then we have to be smart." The next day they prepared carefully. Using the information Tali had shared, Cole modified the trap's energy field to cover a larger area. Together they set up hidden sensors and quiet alarms. Tali helped by marking the paths the enemy soldiers took. She moved quickly and silently, like a shadow in the forest. After hours of waiting, the sensors beeped. Cole and Tali moved quietly to the trap. From behind the trees, a group of alien soldiers appeared, confident and unaware. They stepped right into the trap's energy field. Suddenly, the net activated. The soldiers tried to fight it, but they were held fast. Cole moved forward, rifle ready. "You are caught." The soldiers growled and shouted, but they could not escape. Tali stepped forward bravely. "Tell us where your base is." The leader snarled but finally spoke. "Deep in the mountains, beyond the old ruins." Cole made a quick call on his radio, sending the coordinates to command. But then he turned to Tali. "I won't give you up, not now." Tali's eyes shone with gratitude. "Thank you." For the first time, Cole realized his mission was not just about fighting. It was about choosing what was right. That night, as they rested in the cave, Cole and Tali talked quietly. "Why do you want peace?" Cole asked. Tali smiled softly. "Because war takes everything, families, hope, life." Cole nodded. "I feel the same." Their bond grew stronger, built on trust and shared dreams, but the war was not over. The next morning, Command sent a message. "Extract the intelligence and eliminate any witnesses," the voice ordered. Cole frowned. The order was clear. No prisoners. He looked at Tali, who was sitting quietly. He made a decision. "I will protect her," he said firmly. His team agreed. They prepared to move, not as soldiers, but as protectors. They planned an escape route to a neutral space station, where Tali could be safe and share her knowledge for peace. As they moved through the forest, they faced dangers on all sides. Alien, patrols, human drones, and wild creatures. But Cole's careful planning and Tali's knowledge kept them alive. Finally, they reached an old landing pad where a small transport ship was hidden. The engines started quietly, and they lifted off into the sky. As the planet grew small below them, Cole looked at Tali. "We made it," he said softly. Tali smiled, but her eyes held sadness. "This is only the beginning." Cole nodded. He knew the path ahead would be hard, but for now they had hope. Together, they had changed the war's course. The small transport ship hummed softly as it left the alien planet behind. Inside, Cole and Tali sat side by side, watching the stars streak past the windows. The forest, the traps, and the danger were far below now, but the war still weighed, heavy on their minds. Cole looked over at Tali. She was tired but calm, her green eyes reflecting the light of distant suns. "We made it," Cole said quietly. Tali nodded. "Thanks to you, human soldier." Cole smiled. "No, we did it together." Outside, the stars stretched endlessly. For the first time in many months, Cole felt a small hope. Maybe the war could end. Maybe peace was possible. The ship soon reached a neutral space station. It was a place where no army ruled, a place for talks and agreements, far from the battlefield. Cole and Tali stepped off carefully, feeling the strange but peaceful air. At the station, they met with representatives from many worlds. Tali shared her knowledge about the secret base and the leaders who wanted the war to continue. Her words were honest and full of hope. The peacekeepers listened closely. They saw in her a chance to change the future. Cole stayed by her side. He knew this was more than a mission now. It was a promise. But their safety was not guaranteed. Both, human and alien forces, saw Tali as a threat. They sent agents to find her. One night, alarms blared through the station. Cole grabbed his rifle and Tali held a small device she had learned to use from Cole's team. The attackers broke into the room, but Cole and Tali fought together. Their trust was strong, their moves fast and sure. After the fight, Cole looked at Tali and said, "We can face anything if we stand together." Tali smiled. "I never thought I could trust a human. Now I know." Days passed and peace talks began. Leaders from both sides met, listening to Tali's story and the evidence Cole brought. Slowly, walls started to break. Old enemies spoke to each other. New agreements were made. Cole and Tali watched, knowing their journey was only the start. One evening, as they stood looking at the stars from the station's balcony, Tali turned to Cole. "I never forgot you, human," she said. Softly, Cole smiled. "And I never forgot you, alien girl caught in a trap." They both knew the war was not over yet, but together, they had opened a door to a future where humans and aliens could live without fear. Cole held Tali's hand gently. "Whatever comes next, we face it as one." Under the endless stars, hope burned bright. The human soldier who once set a trap never expected the alien girl to change his life. But she did. And together, they changed the fate of two worlds.